welcome back to the channel. My name is Aroca. This is your source for helping you to build winning cultures that last and improving your personal leadership. So today we are talking about one of the chapters in my book. It is Live the Life You Have Always Imagined, Aroca. If you are interested in picking up a copy, I will leave the link in the description. It is a great book if you are trying to figure out how to live the life you have always imagined. There are many reasons why you may not be living that life. It could be financially, according to you. It could be age. You think you're too young or too old. There's a number of factors that could be preventing you from living the life you've imagined. So this book is really guided to helping you to bridge that gap between your reality and living that life you've always wanted to live. So if you're interested, pick it up. I will leave the link in the descriptions. Take you right to Amazon where you can purchase it. Today, Friday, we are talking about strengths. And so the quote I have for you is by Marilyn Vos savant. And she stated, "Success is achieved by developing our strengths, not by eliminating our weaknesses." I grew up in the 80s, and in the 80s, it was not that mentality. We were always taught, if you want to be successful in life, the way to reach success is to eliminate your weaknesses. I grew up with that. So people from my generation, all we did is we were constantly working on our weaknesses, trying to make our weaknesses our strengths so that we could be successful in trying to achieve things. I'm not sure that was ever really that successful. Working on my weaknesses did not make me more successful. Working on my strengths, however, made me more successful. So as I got into my sales career, one of the things that I loved is like personal development and working for organizations that believed in personal development, who wanted to build you as an individual and make you better, as a whole. I love that. So they would recommend books, or as a sales team, we would read books, or the company would recommend books, or what have you, right? We would go to conferences. So one of the books I came across was Strengths Finder 2.0 by Tom Rath, right there. Awesome book. It helps you discover your strengths. Okay. At the back of the book, there was a little sleeve. Okay. There's a little CD in there. Or no, I'm not sure what was in there. Oh, there's these little stickers in there. And the stickers are all of your strengths. So you can peel them off and tape them onto your book. I'll show you what that looks like here in a second. But there's a little survey that you take. It takes you maybe 10, 15 minutes to do the survey online. They give you a little key in the book. So you go and you take the survey, and it spits out your top 5 strengths. People, that is critical. If you know what your top 5 strengths are, and you can read about them, and you can learn more about them, then you're going to become more successful because you're focusing on the things that make you more successful. For example, my top 5 strengths are context, activator, competition. That was no surprise. I am ultra competitive. Okay? When I started my sales career and I learned about sales reports, I was so frustrated when I would first start out, and because you're just starting, your name is at the bottom of the list, right? Oh, I am so ultra competitive. I did everything I could to get my name at the top of the list. Again, focusing on your strengths helps you to be more successful. I am very competitive, so that's a good thing. It could also be a bad thing, but if you focus on the good part of it, it is a really good thing. Okay, so context, activator, competition, deliberative, and belief. Those are my top 5 strengths. The reason why it's incredible is because you can read about each one of your top 5 strengths, learn more about it. So you can learn ideas for action, how to help you take action. So for example, mine says, before planning begins on a project, encourage the people involved to study past projects. Help them appreciate the statement, those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. So it gives you lots of great ideas about how to move forward and how to take action. It tells you how to work with others when you have this strength. For example, it says, when you introduce this person to new colleagues, ask them to talk about their backgrounds before you get down to business. If you have not read this, go pick up a copy. I will give you all the information in the description, but definitely pick this one up, StrengthsFinder 2.0. After you've read StrengthsFinder 2.0, you can pick up Go Put Your Strengths to Work by Marcus Buckingham. So you've discovered your strengths. Now this book is going to help you go put your strengths to work. It is that simple, okay? So another really great book, because we want to focus on your strengths, not your weaknesses, okay? So right there are two awesome books about strengths. Okay, a third book, and I use this with my clients all the time. When I do leadership coaching, this is the book I have my clients use to help them identify their strengths as a leader. Strengths-Based Leadership by guess who? Tom Rath and Barry Conchie. Okay? Incredible book. You only have to read like 20 pages. You just read the first 20 pages. The first section tells you what the book is about. Part 2 is really all about your strengths as a leader. It's the same principle as StrengthsFinder 2.0. So at the back of the book, you're going to see this. It has a little key that you go in there and you take a leadership strengths-based survey. You fill out the survey and it spits out all of your information. So now you are better equipped as a leader to know exactly what your strengths are, how to go about using your strengths. Because just like the StrengthsFinder 2.0 book, you can read up and get more specific about each one of your strengths. So 3 great books that you can get started on to figure out what your strengths are. Well, these are the 3 ways that you can learn what your strengths are. Okay, so number 1, read a book. I just gave you 3 books that you can read to discover your strengths. Okay, sorry, I had to drop those. Okay, the second thing that you can do to discover your strengths, ask a friend. Just go to a friend that you trust, that you have a really great relationship with, and just go ask them, hey, in your opinion, what do you think my top 3 strengths are? And then pay attention. Listen to what they say. Write them down, right? Or put them on your phone, put them in your phone, and then read up on them, right? I guess there's probably no way of getting around reading, is there? Anyway, but you can ask a friend, ask a family member, ask somebody that you really look up to, somebody that you trust, somebody that you have a really good relationship. It could be a family member, it could be a friend, it could be your boss, it could be a coworker. Just ask somebody that you know what your top 3 strengths are in their opinion. They'll tell you. Just don't sit there and say, oh, no, that's not me. Just button it up, be quiet, and listen. Okay, the third thing that you can do to help you identify your strengths is just do a self-assessment. Okay, now this one could be a little bit harder. It was a little bit harder for me. I probably didn't do a very good job of doing a self-assessment, but just write down what you think your strengths are and then go from there. I'm going to say the word again, read up on them once you discover them. I truly believe, guys, that we will become more successful in our lives. In your personal life, in your professional life, as a leader, if you take the time to work on your strengths, if we take the time to work on the things that automatically are right now, today, helping you be more successful. If you focus on those things, it's going to help a great deal. How much time should I spend on my strengths versus my weaknesses? Do I spend any time at all on my weaknesses? I would love to tell you I don't spend any time on your weaknesses, but the reality of it is we really can't get away from them. So I would say, for me, it's been like an 80-20 rule. I will spend 80% of my time focus on the things that make me successful, because that's what makes me successful. Okay? Whether that's as a parent, as a husband, as a friend, as a motivational speaker, as a corporate coach, as a mentor, whatever, 80% of my time, I really am focused on my strengths, on my core strengths, to help make me more successful. 20% of that time I will spend on my weaknesses. And really, I don't really spend a whole lot of time trying to make them better, because I just need to know that they're there more than anything else. For example, when I was in my sales career, man, I hated paperwork. I did not like the administrative part of my job. I hated doing expense reports and just busy work, office work. And so I would wait till the very last day that I possibly could to get my paperwork done. But I found that it was just draining me of my energy all the other days, because I was constantly thinking about, oh, I got to get that paperwork done. Oh, I got to get that done. There's no way around it. I have to get it done. Now, what I should have done is probably hired my wife to do all of my paperwork and expense reports, because a lot of my colleagues, that's what they did, is they hired their spouse to do that work for them. I should have done that. But I took a different approach. Instead of waiting to the last day for the deadline to come up on me, as soon as it was available, as soon as I could get my expense report in or my administrative work done, I got it done right then and there. And that freed me up to focus 80% of my time on the things that help make me successful, to focus on my core strengths. Made all the difference in the world. I still do that today. I still don't like busy work. There is a lot of administrative things I have to do for my business, for both my business as a speaker and as a corporate coach. Things I have to get done that I don't like to do. They are my weaknesses, but I still do them. And I do them as soon as I can, so that it doesn't rob me of the energy that I need to focus on my strengths the rest of the time. So I hope that works. I hope those 3 tips will work for you in helping you to develop your core strengths. Remember, focus on your strengths, not your weaknesses. Okay, guys, that is all we have time for today. So you know what to do. Hit the notification bell, like, share, comment, the good stuff. And I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. I'm really enjoying making them. And hopefully, as I share more about myself with you, we'll get to know each other a little bit better and build relationships that last. So, guys, thank you so much. See you next week. Take care.